going to shift our focus to another story that we're tracking, and this is with regards to a Delhi-bound Air India flight that was carrying Congress MP KC Venugopal, a few other MPs and many passengers that faced turbulence on Sunday night. This is the flight that is AI 2455 from Thiruvananthapuram to Delhi that was delayed at departure, and shortly after takeoff it encountered a snag. About an hour into the flight, the captain announced a flight signal fault and diverted the flight to Chennai. For nearly 2 hours, this particular aircraft remained in a holding pattern over Chennai. Now, the Congress MP KC Venugopal has claimed that during the first landing attempt, there was another aircraft on the same runway, which, as per the Congress MP, forced the captain to abort and pull up. A move that KC Venugopal says saved every life on board. Now, the flights landed safely on the second attempt. The Congress MP also says that passengers were saved by skill and luck. He's currently urged the DGCA and the Civil Aviation Ministry to investigate the incident, fix accountability and ensure that such things never, happen again. Air India too has issued a statement for which I'm going to go across to my colleague Sabyasachi, who's joining us. Now, the Congress MP has put forth a long statement. He has described what he as a passenger on board this particular Air India flight had to encounter. Air India too has released a detailed statement. Take us through what Air India has said, Sabyasachi.
Well, that's right. See, the Air India has given a detailed statement in response to KC Venugopal post in social media X, where now Air India says that it is very much unfortunate what the incident has happened, but here the Air India says that there was no other plane that was present on the runway. The turnaround happened because the ATC Chennai did not give permission to that particular aircraft AI 2455 to land, and that is the reason why the aircraft had to make a turnaround and be airborne for around 2 hours. Though the Air India has admitted that there was a suspected technical fault because of which the aircraft had to make a land in Chennai airport, but it has given a clarification that as per the claims of the Member of Parliament, Mr. KC Venugopal, that there was another plane that was present in the runway in the first attempt of the flight, and it could have resulted into a tragic accident, whereas the Air India claimed that there was no flight present on the runway. It happened because the ATC Chennai did not give permission to the aircraft to land. Meanwhile, as per the standard procedure, the Ministry of Civil Aviation as well as the DGCA will take cognizance in this matter and will start an investigation soon.
Yes, stay with us, Sabyasachi, because it's not just KC Venugopal. There are other Congress MPs too who are commenting on what happened on board the Air India flight. Let's also take our viewers once again through the detailed statement that has been issued by Air India in response to KC Venugopal's post. Air India says, and I quote, "Dear Mr. Venugopal, we would like to clarify that the diversion to Chennai was precautionary." So Air India here is saying that the diversion that took place on board the flight was a precautionary move due to a suspected technical issue and poor weather conditions. A go-around was instructed by the Chennai ATC during the first attempted landing at the Chennai airport and not because of the presence of another aircraft on the runway. So the Congress MP claimed that during the first attempted landing there was an aircraft on the runway, and because of which the situation was kind of precarious. Because of which Air India has now said that the go-around that happened during the first landing attempt, it was instructed by the Chennai ATC at the Chennai airport and not because of the presence of another aircraft on the runway. Our pilots are well trained to handle such situations, and in this very case they followed standard procedures throughout the flight. We understand that such an experience can be unsettling and we regret the inconvenience that the diversion may have caused to you. However, safety is always our priority. Thank you for your understanding. So we've got you both versions, one of the Congress MP and the other of Air India. Now, let's take you through what KC Venugopal said on social media platform X. He describes what happened, and he said that the passengers were saved by skill and luck. Now, here's what KC Venugopal says. Air India flight AI 2455 from Trivandrum to Delhi carrying myself and several MPs and hundreds of passengers came frighteningly close to a tragedy. What began as a delayed departure turned into a harrowing journey. Shortly after takeoff, we were hit by unprecedented turbulence. About an hour later, the captain announced a flight signal fault and diverted the flight to Chennai. For nearly 2 hours, we circled the airport awaiting clearance to land until a heart-stopping moment during our first attempt. Another aircraft was reportedly on the same runway. In that split second, the captain's quick decision to pull up saved every life on board. The flight landed safely on the second attempt. We were saved by skill and luck. Passenger safety cannot depend on luck. I urge DGCA and Ministry of Civil Aviation to investigate the incident urgently, fix accountability and ensure that such lapses never happen. Not just KC Venugopal, there is another Congress MP who has responded to KC Venugopal's post. Manikam Tagore says, "I'm shocked and shaken. Air India AI 2455 from Trivandrum to Delhi carrying MPs and hundreds of passengers narrowly escaped disaster, turbulence, flight signal fault and a near runway collision in Chennai. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Minister Ram Mohan Naidu, passenger safety cannot rely on luck. We demand answers and action now." But there is one claim that is being countered by Air India in their detailed statement. They are admitting what happened was due to a technical snag and also poor weather conditions, but they are constantly saying that there was no flight, on the runway at the same time. This has been echoed by Manikam Tagore and KC Venugopal. So, see, Manikam Tagore says that passengers narrowly escaped disaster today because of turbulence, flight signal fault and a near runway collision in Chennai. So going back to my colleague Sabyasachi, who continues to stay with us, if there is one claim which is of a possible runway conflict as claimed by both Manikam Tagore and KC Venugopal, that is one claim that Air India in its statement has, completely dismissed. They have asserted that the diversion was a precautionary step due to a suspected technical issue and also adverse weather. The airline has also clarified and has said this very clearly, that the go-around was on the instruction of the Chennai ATC and has denied that there was any other aircraft on the runway as being claimed by the Congress MPs.
Well, that's right. The Air India has denied the allegation which has been made by Mr. KC Venugopal as well as Mr. Manikam Tagore. In fact, the Air India has accepted that there was definitely a suspected technical fault, but as per the claims of Mr. KC Venugopal, that there was another aircraft which was present on the runway. That particular claim has been rejected by the Air India. The Air India says that the go-around was instructed on the orders of the ATC Chennai, and the pilots were capable enough to handle such situation. In fact, the Air India in their response had said that because of a suspected technical snag and because of harsh weather condition, they had to make a landing at Chennai. But at this particular point, it is very important to note that the DGCA and the Ministry of Civil Aviation also will have to reach out to the ATC Chennai as well as ask for a detailed report from the Air India as far as this incident is concerned, because this includes a member of Parliament and the Congress party. In fact, in the past also, while the Parliament session was going on, have been demanding a discussion.
Sabyasachi, while passenger safety, like claimed by the Congress MPs, cannot rely on luck and should be topmost priority, can there be politics over a few claims that are being made over an issue that pertains to hundreds and hundreds of passengers and not just MPs who were on board the same flight? Thank you so much, Sabyasachi, for joining us and getting us all sides of that story. With that, viewers, it's time for us to take a short break. We'll be back